Hi everyone. Mind the lighting if it looks weird. I'm sitting in my living room right now, looking out at the snowfall with my mug of cocoa, just enjoying the gorgeous snowy scenery and watching my birdies. They're not really my birdies, but they're the ones I feed. And I'm watching them kind of hang out in the trees a little bit. I'm hoping they'll go down to the feeders, but they're kind of covered in snow. We just got like, I don't know, a foot and a half of snow, something crazy like that. I've gone out and shoveled like 4 times already. So this video is the wrap up of my January budget. So I'm closing out my January budget. And you can see how I did. So, lots of extra income this month. The $600 from the stimulus check. I bought some stuff for my mother, so that just kind of evens out from my category. I participate in a wellness program and I got my payment for that. Of course, they take taxes out of it. So it's supposed to be like $350 maybe. And then I actually got some tickets refunded, and that was $115.50. I'm not really sure what just fell over there. I'm going to try to fix that. It was a lamp that I took off my my desk here is like an old sewing table, so it didn't have a lot of space. So I put the lamp on the ground and I just kicked it apparently. Um, what was I saying? Oh, tickets. This was for a wrestling competition, and like I bought two for a friend. He paid me for them, but at the time I bought four, two for him, and then two that I thought like I was just gonna sell and see if I could actually make some money on it. And the championships were supposed to be, I think, in April, last April. So of course and they were like U.S. Olympic trials or something. Like that was like a big deal. Um, and I like obviously they had to cancel them. I mean, there was no point in having them once you postponed the Olympics, which I just kind of remembered we did. Man, that's strange, isn't it? At any rate, I'm not really sure when they're going to be, and we had the opportunity to get our money back. And I thought, you know what? Like, I'm just sick of this being out there, and I'm just gonna get my money back for the two that I was not paid for. My friend paid me for the two. So I just thought I'm gonna call and I'm gonna get that money refunded to me, and boom, it'll go on a debt. That's fine. Um, and the only other purchases that I made from this week were, let's see, just yesterday, I went to the grocery store and I got gas. I was back as about half a tank, which I don't love being below half a tank. And with snow and everything coming, I thought, oh, I might as well gas up, which I kind of think is funny. Realistically, I went to my parents. We took my dad to get a COVID test, or not a COVID test, sorry, this is COVID vaccine. And truly, without the kind of back and forth to my parents in this week, I probably would have still had like 3/4 of a tank of gas and just would have honestly made it the whole month with one tank of gas. I guess the pandemic can be good for something because I literally don't go anywhere. Um, I go to my parents on occasion, and even not then. I'll go more often once my dad gets his second shot because that way at least the both of them are protected. My mom has already gotten her too. She's a nurse, so she was one of the first in line, which was great. So yeah, not a lot of expenditures this week. So that was pretty great. And I did not calculate my total right now because what I'm going to do is actually take any of that overage is going to go on my Citibank card. So that's exciting. I put a huge chunk last month towards my personal loan. And then at the beginning of the month, I ended up paying off my personal loan completely. So that was a completely not quite debt free moment, but that was a one debt down moment. So yay, I filled this whole thing in. These are from debt free charts. That's what they're called. And they're kind of great. I'll hold this one up. This might be a little bit easier to see because it This one's got way more to go. So it has all these lines in, and these are actually free charts you can get from Debt Free Charts. She's got some really amazing ones that are like that you can buy. But for my purposes, the free ones work just fine. And then you break down, like you put the total amount, and then I think there's 25 lines. So you kind of take your total amount divided by 25, and that's what each line is worth. And then as you hit that line, you color in that amount. So for me, my bank loan was $5,000. I took out a loan, $5,000, about, all things considered, I probably should have put the date on here because I don't really know. I want to say it was like maybe for 3 years, and I maybe paid it off in 2.5. I don't know. I'd have to actually go back and look. I'm not exactly sure, but must have been less than 2 because I think I did it around the same time I did the Visa card. And I feel like that's coming up on like 22 months in like April. I think it was a 22-monther. So yeah, so this baby's done. Stick her back on the fridge. These things are great for just kind of having that constant reminder to help you like visualize that money goal. And I found that this has been very helpful because you can stick this somewhere like on your fridge or a place that you see all the time as kind of a reminder. And they have them for like different debt payoff things. They'll have one for like your house if you're trying to pay off your house. If you're trying to just save money for something like a vacation fund, a Christmas fund, or your emergency fund or whatever, new car, you can use it as then instead of like paying down debt, it's as you save up a certain amount, you're going to, color in. So that's pretty great. And like I said, it's just one more like helpful reminder, one more way to kind of visualize it and one more way to see progress that you've made and remind you of the goals that you have and keep you on track so that this is a great place to put it someplace where you constantly buy things. So like if you're a internet shopper, maybe the background desktop on your computer, and you'll see this here, and then think about, do you really want that thing or do you want this thing that you're saving up for? Okay, so my only other 2 left, which are sweet. I got my Visa and I got my student loans. This, I initially took out my Visa card. I initially took out $6,300, so we're going to work on busting those out. We're going to put a huge chunk on it right now. It's kind of exciting, actually. So we're going to see what the overage is here. In breaking down my budget, I did go over a little bit on my water, and I think that there's like a little bit of a running toilet situation. Sorry if I get marshmallows on my lips. But I'm not positive. I hear it every once in a while, but it doesn't last very long, so I kind of feel like maybe it's something else. But I did go a little bit over on that, about $379. But I was under on groceries. I was under on my car because I ended up not going skiing anywhere. My back never really felt good enough to go skiing. It kind of really warmed up a lot in January, and I don't care to spend all that money to have a crappy day skiing. So I kind of wish I could go skiing tomorrow, though. After we just got 1.5 feet of snow, that'd be fantastic. But at any rate, same thing with personal. That's going to be about the price of a lift ticket for me, and I didn't spend it. Gonna keep it the same in case I decide to go skiing sometime this month. So in my February budget, we'll have the same amount, but is what it is. I went way over on House and Garden, and that's because I did that repair, which I do not regret in any way, shape, or form. It needed to be done. So that cut in a little bit. That's, $905 I couldn't pay on my credit card this month. So that was kind of a bummer. I spent all my restaurant money. All of it. I put $527.51 towards debt, my just regular debt payment. The minimums, I should say. It's like 20 degrees and snowing outside, and I just saw somebody drive down the road with his window down. I sincerely hope that's not because he can't see out his windshield, because he should not be driving then. Anyway, that just was really distracting. I'm sorry. Let's see. So, I budgeted this month to spend my like living expenses $2,759.43. I went over by $577.65. And again, that's mostly the house project because, if we take that out, if we look at these individual categories, so there's 40. I'm at my restaurant. My car, let's see back here. I budgeted $296. I only spent $158. House and garden, I budgeted $100. And if you take out the $900 of basement repair, I was under. So I'm glad for that. My personal was $150, and I'm sitting here at $64.20. My grocery $104, so I'm under in every category, and that's great. One thing I did spend I just pulled this out of my cushion. I took $50 and I put it into my Robinhood account, partly because a friend gave me a referral link, and so I set it up and just kind of wanted to see. And I thought, I have some money in that overage, and I'll do $50 in there and kind of see how it works. And then, kind of hoping that like when I'm ready to actually invest and do stuff like that, that's a thing I can experiment with. So I just moved the money over in there and haven't really done anything with it yet. I think the free stock they gave me tanked. So great. Let's see. Yeah. So personal loan, I paid off. It had about $571.99. I paid $573.34 on it. Which is an extra $1.35, and that's because it's like I stupidly just didn't look at what the loan payoff amount was. I just went with whatever I owed at the time, and so then they took that off, and then all that was left was the interest, and so I ended up having to make 2 payments. But that's the total amount I paid. I still would have had $1.35 left. I just, like I said, I was stupid. I should have gotten the payoff amount and been done with it. But that's that. That's why that looks like an overage, but that has been now zeroed out. I got that total here. Here's my debt total. I'm going to calculate really quickly how much I spent this week. It's not a ton. I have in my pocket, I got my phone. So I'm just going to calculate on my phone quick. $37.64. I'm not sure how I managed that, but I did. Okay. So that's pretty much what I live on. $23.53. Yikes. Okay. So my income this month minus my budget, I'm left with a ton of money because it's a 3-pay month. It is a 3-pay month, and it is a month that included a lot of extra money. So that was nice. So my leftover expenses are negative $577. That's leftover from like the amount I've budgeted versus the amount I've spent. Traditionally, that's on the positive side, but the basement repair caused a problem there. So my total leftover was $3,944.27. So that is technically what's going to go on debt, but the problem with that is with a 3-pay month, like it's great to get 3 pays, but it means that I won't get paid for February until about halfway through February. So I'm actually going to try to keep this money from my 3rd pay in the bank. That'll be what's used to to pay all of my bills like right at the beginning of February. which means all of my February money then is going to go towards the actual credit card. So I don't want to spend, I mean, I would up that to 4,000, but I don't want to spend that $3,900 out of my bank account, because that would leave me with probably not enough to cover my bills for the month without pulling from like my emergency fund, and I don't really want to do that. Let's look here. Yeah, so I like to keep one paycheck, well, 1 month's pay in my savings account or in my checking account, kind of as a buffer, so then I don't really have to worry about what's coming out when. I know the money's always in there. And so if I yank all that money now to put it on my Citibank card, that will leave me with an uncomfortable amount of money in there. But I'm trying to decide if I just want to bite the bullet and do it. I will still have some in there. I'll have enough to pay my bills. It'll just be kind of not comfortable for the next 2 weeks, but I also sort of feel like I have a full tank of gas. I'll go to physical therapy once. I kind of don't really think beyond that I'm really going to go anywhere or do anything. So maybe I should just do it. I think I'm going to. Yep. Whew. This makes me nervous. I'm going to do it right now from my phone on my bill pay. Schedule payment. From checking to Citibank. Actually, shoot, let me check something first. I need to see if I might do 100 less because hold that thought. That's, I think, an announcement about tomorrow's school day. Correct. That's exactly what that was. Okay. So what I wanted to check was to see if my it didn't. Okay. I was trying to see if my billing cycle had ended. So I think I'm gonna do $100 less. So I'll do 38, 44, 27. Actually, I've continued to do even numbers. I'm just gonna do I'll do 3,900. Because in a couple of days I'm gonna owe another $100. And this payment won't count towards that. So rather than have more like even more money coming out, like it's going to come out automatically on like the 4th or 5th of the month, I think. So rather than have like an extra 100 taken out, because hopefully next month I'll actually just be able to, in February, I'll be able to just pay it off. But for right now, we're moving all that money towards debt. So we're going to do, we'll do 3,800. Ooh. Oh boy. That's new. Okay, well. Oh, Lordy. Minor snafu. I think since I'm sending them so much money, they need a security code from me. That makes sense. Can I tell you how much, like, I never really had a sick and tired of being sick and tired moment in the sense of like really feeling the panic of not being able to keep up with my bills, like feeling like the weight of all this debt. But if there's anything that is a sick and tired of being sick and tired moment for me, it's having to take almost $4,000 and just give it away. Like I've already spent it on God knows what. I'm getting no joy out of the thing anymore because I can't even tell you what the money was that I bought, or what the thing was that I spent that money on. And I just like just $3,800, boom, right out the door for something I can't even remember what it was for, and it makes me want to kick myself. Um, it makes me want to kick myself so hard because I think of that $4,000 and I think of just so many other things I could be doing with that money, and so many other things I'd rather be doing with that money than paying for something I bought, oh my God, probably 5, 10 years ago at this point. And that's just beyond frustrating. This is. It's just beyond frustrating. There's no other anything for that. And I just, yowza. That leaves me with $700. $700, which means with whatever money I make this month in my part-time job, I should get it. I have a lot of this to fill in. I think I'm going to work on that. Or maybe I'll do that in kind of a debt update video. But then it's down to the student loans. Oh my God. That is a lot of money. A lot of money. This is so frustrating. Extra pay, stimulus money. God, there's just such better ways to be spending that. What has motivated everybody else to get out of debt, to pay off debt? Does that bother you to send money away to a bill? Like, for so long, it was just like, this is a thing I pay all the time. And it just seemed normal and natural. and it didn't really frustrate me in the way that it does now. And like if I add up the amount of payments over time plus interest and all of that, like it is a ridiculous amount of money. So I guess maybe it has to, like if it's a big chunk of money, then it feels like it's a lot and you've been spending a lot. Maybe that's what it takes. I don't know. Ay, 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 ay. At least I know I'm never going to spend $4,000 and send it to a credit card ever again. It's just bonkers, man. Absolutely bonkers. And holy crap. I think about if I hadn't done the work on my base, I don't have a garage, my basement, I absolutely would have been able to pay the whole thing off in 1 month, thanks to all of my added income. Oh, yeah. Well, leave a comment if you like. Tell me what you like about these videos if you're watching. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me how budgeting is going for you guys. I need to add that. I need to add my $3,800. Oh my God. This makes me want to throw up. I paid $4,671.99 towards debt this month. $4,600, almost $4,700 of money that could just have been spent differently. That's money I could have and should have had in my pocket. Ugh. I have to end this video. I'm just so disgusted with myself at this point. I'm gonna go look at the snow again and my birds in the peaceful, happy place. I will, I'm gonna do a video soon with my February budget, and we'll keep going with the weekly recaps. I think it's really been helpful to keep me on track and make sure that, I'm not spending willy-nilly and frivolously as I have been able to. So until next time, bye everyone.